How many lovers have you made today? Chapter 18, Unfinished Business. Pinkie stands a few paces away as Spike and the Crusaders have fun playing games together. Their smiles and cheer lift some of her worries away, but her mind returns to everything Spike and her talked about. So much has happened since she last saw Anon, and she can't even begin to understand why he's helping Twilight. Just when she thinks she knows him, he ends up doing something she thought was unthinkable. All of these thoughts could be easily solved by asking him about everything, but her resolve for having him help with the girls has been shaken. Pinkie's gaze drifts over to AJ. She's been trying to play it off as if nothing is wrong, took her punishment and learned a lesson, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Ever since that day, Applejack has isolated herself. Where she would regularly leave the farm for one reason or another, she now chooses to work day in and day out, never stepping a hoof in Ponyville, instead sending her brother or sister to town if she needs anything. The guilt she has is as clear as day to Pinkie. What she did to Anon, she buries it just like everything else. As for Rarity, she's so far gone that Pinkie is terrified just being around her. And not that Rarity wants to be around anyone to begin with. She continues to lock herself in her room, only leaving to take care of the basic necessities. It's why Pinkie has taken in Sweetie Belle so much. She'd like to think that Rarity wouldn't hurt her sister, but taking that chance isn't something Pinkie plans to do. And then there's Rainbow Dash. Pinkie has no idea where she is, or what she's doing, but she can only hope she's alright. Pinkie sighs as the weight of the situation washes over her. Even she doesn't know if having Anon by her side would help solve these issues. There's a chance it could make it worse, but she can't just sit around and do nothing.
Pinkie?
Pinkie looks up and comes face to face with Fluttershy. She notices a burning around her eyes and quickly wipes her tears away.
Oh, hey, Fluttershy. These games look pretty fun.
Pinkie tries to give her a fake smile, but the stern look she gets in return causes her withers to sag.
Sorry. I just have a lot on my mind. Let's just try and enjoy today for what it is.
Fluttershy rests a wing onto Pinkie's back and guides her to look towards the group.
See that?
Pinkie watches as Spike urges AJ towards the kicking strength tester. She looks reluctant, but that only causes the Crusaders to join in, as they collectively drag her over.
Alright, but don't be mad when they kick us out after I clobbered that thing.
AJ states with a genuine smile.
I know you want to help the others, but that will take time.
Fluttershy adds. Pinkie takes a long breath in, before letting out a long sigh. Fluttershy is right. Even with Anon's help, they couldn't solve everything overnight. This is an issue that requires time and practice. At the very least, she wants to talk to Anon about it and hear what he has to say. Knowing if he's on board or not will help with planning for the future. With those thoughts sorted out, Pinkie joins the others to play a few games together. Luna walks among the crowd as her gaze shifts to and fro for anything out of the ordinary. She has a lot on her mind with the current happenings, this changeling business being what worries her most. It's why she's kept her distance from her sister and Anon for the time being, to search the area to calm her nerves. Thankfully, nothing seems out of the ordinary. Though there are still plenty of things on her mind as she continues to search. The announcement came as a shock, but was inevitable. The way her sister publicly displays affection for Anon would have undoubtedly brought questions from their subjects. Add the primary feather he wears and the ring upon her horn, and it would be a no-brainer. It's better to snuff out rumors with the truth, and see where everything lies. From what Luna can tell, ponies are joyful over how much happier Celestia looks when with Anon. That put Luna's heart at ease. But there's one last thing she cannot deny. Nightmare Moon. Anon's infatuation with that parasite is baffling to her. Adding the fact that Luna has no idea what that demon's motives are has her on edge. Nothing Luna says will change Anon's mind. All she can do is sit back and prepare for the worst-case scenario. So many nights she's questioned why the elements didn't destroy that leech. Why they found the need to lock it inside her mind to torment her endlessly. She shakes those thoughts away. It doesn't matter anymore. As long as Luna keeps Nightmare disconnected from the Hall of Dreams, then any interaction with Anon is impossible. Keeping a close eye on those two, she'll be ready to save Anon when that monster shows her true colors. Returning to her task, Luna's gaze shifts over to something out of the ordinary. It's only for a brief moment, but she catches the vacant gaze of a pony standing motionlessly away from the crowd. Never breaking her stride, she continues on in the hopes that it didn't notice. The way that pony stood, it brought back a foul memory from her past. In the past...
We've lost 35, Princess.
Blossom answers with a low bow.
Rise, Captain.
Luna commands, and she can see the frustration clear on her face.
Speak freely. What's on your mind? How much longer do we have to be out here? Each passing day I keep wondering who else I know is going to be buried in this forsaken land.
Luna gets out of her seat, then walks over and rests a hoof onto Blossom's withers.
I don't have the answers you seek, Blossom. I also pine for the day that you may all return home to never see this Tartarus again. However, this cannot be done until we snuff out the forces before us. For if we back down now, all that we fight for, all of our friends that have died, will be for nothing.
Blossom grits her teeth in response.
Damned if we do, and damned if we don't. Get some rest. You cannot expect yourself to carry this weight on a body hanging by a thread.
Luna states, before heading towards the exit.
What about you?
Blossom says.
When was the last time you've slept?
Luna doesn't turn to face her, but gives a chuckle in response.
Some pony has to watch the troops as they rest. Good night, Captain.
Luna leaves before Blossom can say anything, and takes a stroll around the camp to make sure nothing is out of the ordinary. A few ponies are doing some last-minute preparations before heading to bed. But Luna takes notice of something strange. There's a single soldier not in uniform, and he's just standing in place, with a 1,000-yard stare. A soldier walks over to the pony and tries to talk to him, but doesn't get a response in return. Just as Luna is about to head over to investigate, the pony bites the soldier by the neck and pins him down as the screams echo into the night. Every pony is out of their tents and ready for whatever is happening, blocking Luna's view. She teleports to where the two were, and her eyes widen when she finds a black insect-like pony creature with its fangs in the pony's throat. As soon as their eyes met, the creature changed back into a pony and took off into the night. Luna was so shocked by this that she couldn't react. In a heartbeat, she checks the pony who was attacked, and finds that he's dead. Not because of the bite, but because all of his essence was drained. Back in the present, that was the first time she encountered a changeling. She couldn't act back then due to the shock, but her lesson was learned. There's little doubt in her mind that the pony she saw was a changeling. Lighting up her horn, she contacts Blossom to let her know what she just found. They're most likely collecting information, so any chance of them attacking today is unlikely. But now, she must inform her sister about this development. Anon is standing beside Celestia as he focuses intently on the balloon in front of him. After a moment of pause, he throws the dart and it hits dead center, causing it to pop and shower the stand in confetti. Celestia claps her hooves in celebration, as Anon just lets out a sigh.
Congratulations!
The pony behind the counter shouts.
First prize goes to you.
The pony floats over a comically large stuffed toy that looks to be modeled from a manticore. Anon leans away as it gets closer, and instead steps aside as he waves for Celestia to take it. For you.
Really?
Yep. Celestia takes the manticore and hugs it to her barrel, with a smile on her face. Anon is just happy to not have the magic of a stranger near him anymore, or to carry that giant thing. Looking around at all the various game booths, the games in this area are meant for ponies, so there aren't that many he can do, but thankfully this dark game was right up his alley. They've been at this for what felt like hours, and Anon is starting to become weighted down by being around so many creatures.
How about we get something to drink?
Celestia offers, while resting a wing on his shoulder. Yeah, that sounds fine. They walk over to the section that's dedicated to various foods and drinks. There's plenty of open spaces to sit, as well as typical fare foods that he would expect from Earth. Though, as per usual, a few of them have a pony flair to them, such as the fried hay donut burger or the liquid apple fritter, which Anon can only assume is a drink that tastes like an apple fritter.
Sit here and I'll get us something.
Anon takes a seat and watches as Celestia walks over to one of the stands. It's offering cake-flavored drinks. That puts a smile on his face. Tia will be Tia, and having this moment is something he cherishes. He just wishes that he was a bit stronger and didn't feel sick from just being outside for too long. While his thoughts want to wander off to how worthless he is, he tries to focus on Tia. Strange. Seems like the changelings in this one kinda act like zombies, sort of. Or vampires, pick your fancy. Anywho, let's get on to our not-infected donators. Top donators: Jessie Smith, Zar630, BadassWaffle, Only One Thing, Ceru, Orion, and Caladis. Matchvic, Jock, Luciisu, Rayden, Runescythe, Will, Twinkie, Luigi, Chancellor Crust, Big Smoke, Murder Princess, Little Mighty, Slur Symphony, and many more amazing people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and love life to the fullest.